Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Just wanted to give you an idea of what I do to the LC995v2, and all of you know that this is a Galaxy 99v2 before we get a hold of it, and we do some modifications to the inside. Now most of these, this one and the LC998 V200 are coming with Schottky diodes, and I'm not having to change those out. Hang on, let me turn down the radio a little bit on channel 38. But I increased the capacitance going to the voltage regulator to 3300 microfarad. That's 3 times, more than 3 times what the one that was in there. What was in there is a 1000 at 25, and so I triple the capacitance both there and also on the input. Okay, the input capacitance is also 1025 volt. I triple it to a 3300. The next thing I do is change out the 10.7 IF filter from a 25 kilohertz wide filter to a 15 kilohertz wide filter. Now what this does is help with adjacent channel rejection. Okay, here's the one that came out of the radio right here. It's the standard 10.7, but it's 25 kilohertz wide. That's pretty wide. The channel spacing on CB is 10 kilohertz up and 10 kilohertz down. That's 20. Okay, this guy here is 15, which gives you 7.5 kcs on either side of center frequency. All right, so that narrows the bandwidth and consequently cuts down on adjacent channel rejection. All right, the next major thing that I do, I see right now I got to straighten up that inductor, is I swap out the first transistor, Q17, first RF transistor, from a 1674 or whatever they're putting in there now, 28 something, 2786, that's what they're putting in there now, to a 2SC 2999. Okay, and the gain on the 2999 is a lot better than the 2786. It's almost twice as much as the old 1674s they were putting in there. So you get a lot of gain out of this first RF amplification stage on the input. Consequently, I changed the biasing around between this guy and the 2 FETs. You got a push-pull FET set back here. I changed the biasing on these circuits, which lowers the white noise. You get more gain out of this first RF amp. You cut the gain back on these 2 FETs because FETs are noisy. And that's what causes all the white noise inside the radio. And it doesn't eliminate it, okay, because if we cut it down too much, you're not going to receive anything. So I just cut it down to where it lowers the noise floor enough to where that the radio don't drive you crazy with all the hissing. But and then we go through and we do a complete tune-up on the radio. I set the bias for all of the finals back here. This one gets 4 volts. These 2 get 3.5, and you set them right there. Okay. There's the right way and the wrong way to set them. Most folks are, well, I won't say most folks. A lot of shops are still trying to set them by current, by setting the milliamps like they did with the bipolar transistors. You can't really do that with FETs. Okay, these 2 guys need to be set at 3.5 volts, and this one at 4 volts. And you say, well, why does he get 4 volts and the other guys get 3.5? Well, the difference is in the values in the circuit, okay? That guy there are both 1K ohms. This guy here is a 10K ohm, okay? And you can't really see it, but that's what the difference is. That's why he gets set to 4, okay, when you're measuring on that test point, is because this guy is a 10K ohm. All right, and of course I set the ALC and the AM modulation to where that if you really drive the radio, you'll drive it over 100%. But just using the stock mic, You're just touching 100% all the time. All right? So that's what we do to the LC995v2. That's why we charge more. Of course, you get the decal, a nice blue decal from Gamma Ray Graphics. And of course, you guys know that they're about 25 bucks for a custom one. And this one, I do get them laminated. I get his top of the line decals. Okay, the best ones he does is what I put on the front of these. All right. Next thing I do is give it full frequency coverage. Okay, I do the full frequency coverage thing. I don't touch the clarifier other than do an alignment, make sure that it's all centered up. The coarse knob changes transmit and receive. The fine knob changes receive only. Okay, so you can set your transmit and receive up with the large knob. And if the person you're talking to is on center frequency, this knob will be centered up too. If they're not, you can just tune them in to where you can understand them, but you can stay on center frequency using the coarse knob. Okay, that's why I don't touch it. Now you notice the decal on these still says Roger Beep here and Roger Beep here. If you order the amp, okay, then your Roger Beep switch becomes amp control and the Roger Beep is deleted. It'll say amp here, and above this light it would also say amp. All right, and well, it says amp/SWR. You knew what I meant. But that's what all I do to the 995v2s, the LC995v2s. And I have to brand it LC995v2 in order to sell them on eBay. You guys know why. I won't go into that. But I do a quality assurance check on the radios, make sure that, you know, the mic jack's tight, the antenna jack is tight. Check the solder joints on like the diodes and stuff back here. In fact, I reheated that one and this one. Set the bias, do a complete alignment, receive and transmit. This type of radio is very, very close when it comes from the factory as far as alignment goes. Okay, so I don't have to do a whole lot with that, but I do it with a scope. I do it with a signal generator and a scope. I do it properly. Okay, and I also check the output power, and those are bird meters in there with bird pickups. Okay, bird slugs. So the output power is accurate. All right, that about sums it up. I'm going to put the knobs back on this one. I have to pull the knobs off, take the faceplate off to correctly apply the decal and make sure that it goes on there straight. And he does excellent work. Isn't that beautiful? Got our logo down here, you know, the LC995v2 Custom by LesComm. And that's me. Okay, I always put the red tape or whatever tape I have, I put it around the faceplate. Make sure that the chrome doesn't get scratched. But I got to tell you, some of the radios that I get already have light scratches on the chrome right from the factory. Sorry, that's just the way it is. This one here didn't have any scratches on it at all, but a few have some light scratches on there. I can't help that. All right. I think that's about it. I'm going to put the knobs back on this one. And if you guys want one of these, you can either buy it from my store. It's lesterscustoms.com or just www.lescom. You can go to the website and then click on the link to go to the store. That's probably the easiest thing to do. And pick up an LC995. The output power of these things it's 50 watts plus on peak power on both sideband and AM. It'll actually do a little more than that, but to be safe, I say 50 watts. I have seen them go as high as 70. But top of the line radio, everybody loves this PC board. It's one of the best ones out there. Okay, 7 3s, everybody.